Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday. Am I blowing everyone's eardrums out right now? Hey, let me know in the chat. Am I blowing people's eardrums out? It does look like we are a little bit hot right now. Let me lower that just a little bit. But what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, we got the background back. We got the actual VMix live stream setup back. We got the moving candles in the background. We got the socials down below. We're feeling good today. We're feeling good today, guys. Happy birthday, Rob, from me and Dave Digital. Hey, shout out to Rob, the crypto snob. Rob, how many birthdays do you have each year? Let me know. But what is going on, everybody? Oh, baby, it feels so good to be back. Yeah, guys. It feels like it's been a long time since I've been live, but it really hasn't. We didn't go live on Thursday. I had a lot of things to do, guys. I think sometimes, sometimes I forget, we run this whole channel, basically me and Tony D, and there are a lot of things that come with the YouTube channel other than making the content and going live. So I had to put my CEO hat on and get some things figured out. But yeah, guys, we got a lot done. I am feeling really, 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 really good. Enjoyed the holiday yesterday. Took a little bit of time off, and I'm feeling recharged. And we got the stream setup back up. Shout out to BJ, our technical director. And I'm ready to jump right into the charts with you guys. It feels so good to see chat. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It feels like we take a stream or two off to, just kind of rest a little bit, so we can keep crushing this content. And it feels like I've been gone for a year. But guys, without further ado, yeah, this is, let's see. What do we got? Should we say what's up to chat? I feel like I got some things to say. Guys, we got a lot to look at. Bitcoin got the move up. We got the move to the upside, guys, and shout out to anybody in the free Discord. As you guys know, I did not stream on Friday, but I didn't want to leave you guys without any content whatsoever. I didn't want to leave you guys, going into the weekend dark or, without that candle. So I threw some free sauce in the free premium Discord, and guys, if you're in the free Discord, it slapped hard. So we're going to be going over that. And if you guys are not in the free Discord, go ahead and drop down to the link in the description down below if you guys are interested. And we're trying to figure out, just for anybody in the free Discord, we're trying to reorganize some stuff so I could get some more free content in the premium in the free Discord. One of the things that we've run into, one of the problems that I've run into after starting this YouTube channel is that I'm just one person, right? So there's so much to do, but we do plan on getting a lot more free sauce in the free Discord. So stay tuned for that, guys. Just bear with us. We're trying to figure everything out. But hey, we threw that free sauce because I didn't live stream, and it wound up hitting hard. So we're going to be checking out that, why I was expecting that move to the upside over the weekend. And we're going to talk about the trades. And I am currently in a scalp short right now, but I want to talk about, number one, guys, where is Bitcoin going in the short term? Because we are sitting, again, within our macro range. Are we headed up to 29K? Are we headed up to 30? Are we headed back down to 27? Are we headed back down to 25? We're going to be taking a look at everything, guys. And then I do kind of want to touch a little bit on why I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin right now, guys. Just in the long term, I am very, very bullish, and it just seems that every day that goes by, I was looking at some macro stuff, I was looking at some zoomed out charts, and guys, I'm feeling pretty bullish. I'll be 100% honest with you. I really do think it is much, much more likely that the bottom is in than not. And to be 100% honest, it's like I just feel a little bit more bullish every single day, and I want to cover some of those things that I'm looking at on those higher time frames that are making me feel pretty bullish. Again, in the long term. Let me drop the Frankie Candle studio down a tiny bit there. But let's see here. Somebody just says, Frankie, did you jump into the loyal pre-sale? I did not. I like to be completely transparent with you guys. I did not. But yeah, without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and say what's up to chat, because I'm already like leaking over there, looking at chat. So let's go and say what's up to chat, and then let's go ahead and jump right into the charts, because again, guys, we got a lot to look at. There's Dave. Shout out to Dave Digital. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. I was calling for you, and look at that. You just say Dave, and Dave Digital shows up with his wrench. Let's go. Shout out to Dave Digital. And speaking of wrenches, guys, shout out to our mods. We got the best mods in the game. Drop them some love in the chat. They help me out so much with this YouTube channel, and like I just said, one of the biggest bottlenecks we have is that I'm only one person, but the mods make it like there is 50 of me. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for being legends. Shout out to Tony D. Creighton C in the chat said, hey, yo, Frankie, looking refreshed. Hope you're feeling better. That's the other thing too, guys. I did wind up taking off Friday and then only did a premiere on Thursday because, guys, that's when I got sick 2 weeks ago. I was almost sick all throughout Miami, and I never got proper rest because we were in Miami, and I just had this lingering sickness, guys, and I really was not feeling good. I actually started to get pretty concerned, so I really was just like, listen, like, my body was telling me to take some time off, and oh, God, am I going to listen to it next time, because I feel 10 times better, baby. Shout out to Creighton C. I appreciate you, bro. We got Brad Geidel in the chat. I think it's Brad Geidel, but I like Geidel. So shout out to Brad. Thank you for being here, bro. We got Panda Storm in the chat. What is going on? Shout out to you, Panda Storm. We got NC Donato Cabrera. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got Jeanette in the chat. What is going on, Jeanette? Nate, Quantum Divergence. What is going on? We got Tommy Gun. Shout out to the Mafia. Tons of green names in here. Let's go. Who else? We got Crypto Billy. I see you, bro. Rob the Crypto Snob. Shout out to you guys. Let's see. Crypto Crabman said 27 is our new home, and it looks like it might be a crab market, according to him. And hey, he is Mr. Crypto Crabman. So shout out to you, man. But shout out to the CandleMafia. Thank you all for tuning in. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump right on in to the charts. Let's go ahead and get into it. What happened? I'm working with different buttons here, guys. Bear with me here. Let's go ahead and jump on in to the charts. Here we go. All right, let's see. 25K, please. Hey, shout out to Third Eye Investments. I'm going to talk, when we talk about why I'm feeling bullish on Bitcoin, I want to talk about why I definitely would love 25K to get hit, but I want to talk a little bit about why I don't know if we're going to wind up having those wishes come true. But it doesn't mean it's impossible, so we're going to cover it. We're going to cover all that and let you guys know what I think. And without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. Shout out to Metabytes. But let's go ahead and jump on into it. Can you drop more Free trades in the Discord. Shout out to Austin. Yeah, we're going to cover that in just a second. And like I said, I do have to keep some kind of separation, but we're going to start dropping some more free sauce in the Discord. Like I said, just bear with us while we figure it out. But I don't want anyone thinking that I abandoned the free Discord, because that is simply just not the case. I don't know if anyone does think that, but if anyone is out there thinking that, that is not the case at all, guys. It's just a simple manpower problem. There's only one of me, and I only have so many hours in the day, and I barely give myself any free time to begin with, so I am definitely trying my hardest to be in a million places at once, so just bear with us. We are going to be trying to figure all that stuff out. It was part of the reason why we opened up the dining room to kind of figure things out, but yeah, just bear with us. There will be more free sauce in the free Discord sometime very, very soon, but guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here. I want to come up to some of these higher time frames, and I'm going to start here. Actually, I think this is a pretty fresh chart. I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete all this stuff, because I think this is, yeah, let's just go ahead and get rid of this. Oh, God, guys, this is great. I feel great, guys. I feel great. Shout out to the 483 people in here. That's what I forgot. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Every 100 likes we get, you get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. More spins, more wins, more free crypto, free hats, free shirts, and maybe a free, hey, shout out to whoever asked for more free trades in the Discord. Shout out to Austin. Maybe if we get 550 likes on today's live stream, I will give away a free month of the premium Discord to one lucky CandleMafia member when we do our giveaways on Friday. Jay said, clone yourself. Hey, clone yourself, you idiot. Yeah, we're actually working on that. We are working on that. But guys, taking a look at Bitcoin here, some things I want to kind of bring to your attention. Now, I'm going to cover the macro a little bit, and I'm going to talk about why I'm actually pretty bullish on Bitcoin in the long term when looking at Bitcoin from a cycle perspective, when looking at Bitcoin from a weekly, a monthly, and a yearly perspective, why I am so bullish right now. And let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Now, we don't want to forget, guys, the 2-week red dot is printing. Now, this is not, I'm not flipping, I'm not like super bearish on this red dot, but one thing we do want to realize is this has, this is a pretty strong bearish sign. Let me just make sure I'm not deleting. Let me go ahead and hide this stuff. This 2-week red dot could potentially give us a little bit more downside locally, but again, I don't know how we're going to see this play out. Now, you guys know I've been kind of comparing this 2-week red dot to this 2-week red dot right up here from 2019, right after we had this fake out bull rally in the middle of the bear market up to about 14K, and then we wound up coming down. Understand that that move was basically topped off by a 2-week red dot with money flow coming out. And over here, we kind of saw the same thing, right? Parabolic bull run, top out, bottom of the bear market, fake out bull rally, right? 2-week red dot, money flow coming out, and then we came down, and this is obviously a black swan March of 2020. We all know what that was. But you could kind of see, if you come into the current price action, it's very, very similar, right? We didn't really have a blow off top here, but parabolic bull run, top, start of the bear market, bottom of the bear market, at least for now, and I would have to say likely the bottom of the bear market. Right here, fake out bull rally, and now we got that 2-week red dot. Could we be seeing this ready to teeter to the downside? Now, I am keeping an eye on this, especially with money flow in the red here, but again, I'm going to show you guys why I'm actually pretty bullish and what I will be watching for to kind of gauge how bad this 2-week red dot is going to wind up playing out, right? So let's go ahead and continue on. 2-week red dot, money flow in the red, that would be kind of the bearish case, but let me go ahead and pull up the 200-week moving average, guys. Now, this is obviously a very, very key level of support and resistance, depending on where you're sitting at. But I want to take a look here. Now, yeah, did I do that right? 200-week. Okay, boom. So, taking a look here, guys. Because this is the 2-week. That's why. I was like, why does this look so different? Okay, so here we go, right? 200-week moving average, guys. We have tested this as support. Right, we are now above the 200-week moving average, which is pretty big, right? Because if we come back down here to 2018, we bottomed out right on that 200-week moving average, and then that was basically the bottom of the bear market, and then we came down to revisit it one more time. But again, once you get above that, that was basically we were off to the races, right? And this is a very, very, very important level of support, right? We broke down below this. We were actually looking for this as, when this was actually playing out. We got the breakdown, the somewhat of a bearish retest, another bearish retest, and then we broke down some more. And just the simple fact that we've gotten back above this, not only, you guys will know, when we originally broke above this, I was saying like, hey, this is really bullish, but we don't want to wind up being in a situation like this, right? Where we broke up and then broke right back down. So what I would like to do is get a move above the moving average and then test it as support, which is literally what we saw happen here. We have now officially bullishly retested that 200-week moving average, which in my opinion is a pretty good look for Bitcoin in the long term. Now, this is also going to be essentially, and has been for the past week or so, the major line in the sand that would make me flip much more bearish on Bitcoin in the medium term, right? As long as we remain above this 200-week moving average, I do think that we may, obviously price may get a little boring here. Who knows? We may kind of play around on this line a little bit, go sideways for a while. As you guys know, a lot of times you will have a bit of a boring accumulation phase, right? Like parabolic bull run, bottom of the bear market, and then essentially this whole area is accumulation, right? Like even if you were accumulating on this uptrend, you still would have gotten a beautiful return at the top of the bull market. So number one, guys, we're above that 200-week moving average. We have tested it once. We tested it almost 3 times here, and now we are bouncing off of it. So that does make me feel pretty good about Bitcoin, and that is in the long term, guys. And one more thing I want to take a look at here is if we pull up Market Cipher A. Whoops, that was Market Cipher support and resistance. That is not what we were looking for. Where is it? There we go. Market Cipher A, guys. And this is the original Market Cipher A. Typically, I have my custom. It's still Market Cipher A, but I changed the colors and the settings to make it a little bit prettier, a little bit cleaner. Another thing, and it just simply here, guys, looking at the indicators, right? What do we typically see? I want you guys to pay attention to this EMA ribbon, right? Typically, during the bear markets, they turn gray, right? Downtrend, 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 downtrend. Now, where did we essentially start this next parabolic bull run? Right when those EMAs turned blue and white, right? Basically when they illuminated, right? They illuminated, they all flipped, and then we flipped it to support, and it was basically off to the races. Parabolic bull run, top of the market, breakdown, EMAs flip gray, absolute dump, bottom of the bear market, we start coming back up, and then the EMAs turn white and blue again, or they illuminate again, and then essentially you were off to the races, other than this black swan, where you did see the EMAs turn gray one more time, very, very briefly, but something you want to understand is that was a black swan event. You can't predict these things. Nobody knew that. I don't even want to use any of those words, or I don't even want to mention it because I don't want to get shadow banned or whatever, but you guys know what was going on here. No one could have predicted that, so I would actually consider that flip from illuminated EMA ribbon to gray EMA ribbon as somewhat of a fluke, right? If that didn't happen, we essentially would have seen this illuminate, and it would have basically been, again, off to the races, just like it was back here, right? So bear market gray, light them back up, bull run, bear market gray, light them back up, bull run, right? And again, it's not like an instant bull run, right? It's you still basically went, more or less went sideways for quite a while, right? You came up, you came down, you came up, you came down, you came up, you came down, right? And just kind of chilled out around at this $10,000 level for what seemed like forever, right? Parabolic bull run, EMAs turn gray, you get the blood diamond, and then boom, you absolutely dump to the bottom of the bear market, which again, I think is much more likely that this is the bottom than not. And guys, we are starting to get the EMAs to illuminate, right? And the reason I didn't bring this up a month ago is because you want to kind of let this live for a little bit, right? You want to see if these are going to stay illuminated, and we are starting to see these EMAs flip lit up. I don't know how to say that, right? Like flip colored. They went from unshaded to shaded, right? Like this is shaded, that's unshaded, right? So we are starting to see these EMAs flip bullish on top of holding support on that 200-week moving average, right? Let me beef up this 200-week moving average, and let me just change the color as well, right? We'll change it to red so you guys can see a little better, right? Like, this is pretty bullish in my opinion, guys, because, again, these EMA ribbons do not flip often, right? Like, the only time we see these EMA ribbons flip from gray to lit up is basically when the bottom has been in, and it's basically time to, it's time to rally, right? And by time to rally, I don't mean tomorrow or the next day, right? it does take time, usually, right? And then, there's not really enough history here, but you could see they were basically unshaded here, and then they lit back up here. Bang, you come up. So you guys can kind of see that, right? And then if you compare this, if you combine this with the money flow on Market Cipher B, which I've talked about since I've talked about it since before I started the channel, but since I started my channel, I've brought this up to everybody and kind of what my dollar cost average strategy would be, for the bear market as we were entering it, right? As we were up here, in the high 30s, I was saying, hey, people would say, hey, Frankie, we're at 30K. There's support down here. Are you starting to accumulate? In which case I said, no, I am definitely waiting for the money flow on Market Cipher B, specifically on the weekly time frame, to turn red, and that is where I am starting to DCA. Now, this is not financial advice. It does not mean that I am, going to nail the bottom and there's no chance that I'm going to be wrong. I want to be very clear about that, but this is my plan, and I like to share it with the CandleMafia because I've done well before, right? So you can see here, money flow goes into the red, and if you guys watch the channel, this will be familiar to you. Money flow goes into the red on the weekly. Essentially the best time to buy Bitcoin, right? Right? You would basically be buying the bottom here for this parabolic bull run to the upside, right? Then money flow comes into the green, stays into the green for the entire bull run. And then where's our next money flow crossover into the red? It is right here, right here in about October of 18, right before we got that massive 50% capitulation down to the 200-week moving average. And once again, your money flow is in the red, in which case, if you were dollar cost averaging, you would be literally buying the bottom of the bear market. Even if you started buying up here, you would have essentially been buying the bottom of the bear market, and you would have had a beautiful run up in the next bull run. Now, what do we have when we extrapolate that strategy to our current price action? We came down here. People are saying, are you buying? Are you buying? No, I'm going to wait for money flow to get a little deeper in the green. And guys, we have been in the a little deeper in the red. I'm sorry. And we've been in the red here with the money flow for quite some time, right? Honestly, we did fake out into the green a little bit here, but almost a year we spent in the money flow in the red, and then we came into the green, and it's been more. It's been about 420 days. Shout out to Tom Crown. Let's go. I'm just kidding. He always does the 420 like goal. But anyway, but yeah, right. And this was kind of what I was looking at, accumulating crypto, right? Bitcoin, in this case, when the money flow is in the red on the weekly. And if we see this play out exactly how we saw it play out in these other examples, let's say, right, like I'm not saying we're going to, rip up to 100K from here like that, but let's say we kind of just bing bong around, right, and then boom, and then finally we go into the parabolic bull run, and then money flow comes into the green, say over here somewhere, right? Like if we look at that, and you were buying when money flow was in the red on the weekly, you would have basically been buying the bottom of the bear market. Does that make sense? I think this is one of the simplest ways I can explain this, right? Money flow in the red, bottom of the bear market, beautiful accumulation zone. Bottom of the bear market, beautiful accumulation zone. Hey, look, money flows in the red on the weekly. And right here, money flows in the red on the weekly. Could this be the best time to buy Bitcoin? Potentially. And that's kind of how I can't tell you guys what to do, right? This is not financial advice, but this is what I'm doing, right? And I've been basically accumulating since the Celsius dump. So yeah, I've basically been accumulating all down here, right? And then I did just pause my DCA bots as we got a rip over the 200 week. I want to let things settle before I turn them back on. But I've been following this strategy, right? And if it winds up playing out like the rest, we will look back and say, hey, look, we bought the bottom of the bear market, right? And I'm not saying that Bitcoin's going to go to, $700,000. This was just a speculative drawing here. But, when you start to look at this stuff, guys, and you really compare the cycles, I was on a Twitter space with Garrett Soloway and a bunch of really, really, really cool people, and we were talking about, is the bottom in or not? And my argument was the bottom probably is in, right? And this was part of what was going into my analysis. Number one, the 200-week moving average, but then when you look at Market Cipher B with the weekly money flow, this seems to be lining up as well. We're above the 200 week. The EMA ribbons, this is kind of something I've been looking at more recently. Like, this is pretty bullish. Like, these don't just flip-flop randomly, right? Like, typically when they go from gray to lit up or from lit up to gray, it's because there is the macro trend is changing, right? And again, I want to be very clear. This doesn't mean that we can't see another black swan that will temporarily flip them gray again. We get a big dump or what have you. But just in the grand scheme of things, guys, from a zoomed out perspective, from a long-term mindset, this is pretty bullish for Bitcoin. And on top of that, guys, just looking at my cycle chart, I'm going to pull this up real quickly. If I pull up the cycle chart, I've showed this a bunch of times on the live stream. I also don't want to freak anybody out. It's like it is still not too late to buy Bitcoin. I want you guys to realize that as well. And I'll kind of go over that in a second. I see you out there, Wick. Was that Wick? Oh God, I just know that Wick changes names to. Somebody call the cops on Wick. That's it. Dave Digital, call the cops on Wick. We usually call the cops on Dave, but Dave, can you please, if you have a second, could you please call the cops on Wick? Shout out to Wick 589, whose name is now, where'd it go? With that being said, featuring Wick 589, shout out to you, bro. I see you, and I'm going to talk to you why, if you haven't bought a ton of Bitcoin yet, I don't want people thinking like they missed the boat, because we're going to talk about that in a second, but something else I want to look at here, guys, before we jump into the shorter-term price action, where Bitcoin's going in the next day or so, what are the key levels we have to be looking for? We're going to jump into that in just a second, but real quick before I do that, I want to show this cycle chart, and this is what I looked at on the, this is kind of what I was referring to when I was on that Twitter space with Garrett Soloway. In my opinion, right, and I want to be very clear. It is my opinion, right? This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some crazy guy on the internet that loves. I'm just a chart nerd, right? And I like to share this information because sometimes it's useful, right? Taking a look here. In my opinion, enough time has gone by, right, for a full bear market to complete, right? Right here, back in 2013, we saw the top of the market come in, right, and I want to look at some of these measurements, right? Starting with this one right here. The cycle bottom in 2013, the cycle bottom, or I guess the bottom came in 2015, but the cycle bottom came in 413 days after the all-time high. So the distance between the high and the bear market was 413 days, right? Moving on to the next cycle, right? This is 2017, 2018, or 2016, 2017, however you want to look at it. But this is the 2017 all-time high. The bottom of this bear market came in 364 days after the all-time high. So we topped out, and a year later almost, 360, a day short of a year, right? 364 days later, the bottom came in. Now let's go ahead and look at the current cycle. Now, this would be assuming that this was our actual top and not this one back here. And in my opinion, I do think this was probably like really the peak of the cycle. If you look at things like Google search term interest in Bitcoin and crypto, all that stuff was peaking out here, right? This looks like more of an inflated dead cat bounce to me. But either way, this is technically the actual all-time high because we did break the high here from the all-time high of this cycle, right? To the bottom of the bear market, 364 days. 364 days, right? Let me double check that because that would be actually, let me make sure that is actually, 364 days from the peak to the bottom. Same exact number of days from the previous cycle. Now, it doesn't mean that 100% the bottom's in. I want to be very clear, right? Like, you can't just base all your information, all of your trades based off of this, but it is very interesting when you look at this stuff, right? And then the other main measurement I was looking at was how long it took the cycle bottom to come in after the halving, right? So the halving happens, bull run starts. How long did it take from the halving to the bottom of that bear market to come in? Well, in this cycle, it took 777 days. That's a holy number. And then if you come on over here from the halving to the bottom of the cycle, 882 days. And over here, from the halving to the bottom, if this is the bottom, would be 924 days. Now, those don't really match up identically like it does with the all-time high to the bear market, but they're very interestingly correlated, right? 777 days, 882 days, 924 days. It seems that we go up about, up a little bit each cycle, which is interesting. But this, in my opinion, just looking at all this data, it does suggest to me that enough time has gone by. It has been long enough for the bottom to be in, right? Now, if we were sitting at this price and we were only like, and we were only, this far away from the first top, and it was like, that would be like, hey, like this, if this number was 300 days and this was 882 and 777, that might be like, okay, this doesn't seem like it adds up. But when you're just looking at the cycles from a zoomed out perspective, it, in my opinion, does look like there has been enough time, that's gone by for a full bear market to play out. So this, compared with the fact that we're back over the 200-week moving average, on top of the fact that the Market Cipher A EMA ribbons have flipped back to illuminated, and on top of the weekly money flow that we were just looking at, this makes me bullish in the long term, guys. I'm not saying we can't get another move to the downside, but it does seem, in my opinion, that most of the pain of this bear market is basically over. And again, I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. We're definitely right way more than we're wrong, but it doesn't mean, just because some crazy guy on the internet says that the pain might be over, doesn't mean that, the bear market's over, right? So just take that with a grain of salt. But, kind of what I'm watching now, guys, is this weekly money flow. Now, we've been in the red here for a long time, much longer. Let's actually measure that real quick. Back here, it was about 343 days in the red. Back here, initially it was 266 days. You got to fake out into the green until you came back into the red. But then when you initially came back into the green, about 450 days, right? And then this cycle, we are essentially at 413 days. Like it. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Right? Like, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but this is really this is looking pretty good in my opinion, right? And kind of what I'm looking at now, guys, is I'm really looking for this money flow to start shaping up, and we could start to get this money flow. I do believe that the next money flow crossover on the weekly is going to be the money flow crossover, right? Like, it's probably going to be the last time we're in the red on the weekly, probably until the next bear market. But we do have some work to do. So, coming back to our original chart here, I'm going to clear all this stuff, and I kind of just want to take a look at this, go a little bit more towards the lower time frames. That's my macro perspective, and I really wanted to bring this stuff up to you guys because a lot of this stuff is pointing in the bullish direction, right? Like, this is pretty good. So again, doesn't mean we can't get short-term moves to the downside. So let's talk a little bit more about the local price action. So let's go ahead and take a look here, right? Now, as far as this range that we are trading in. Now, I also want to point out, guys, that the 200-week moving average is coming in very, very close, right near the bottom of this range. So, the two major things I'm looking at to not flip super bearish on Bitcoin is if we can hold above this 200-week moving average. That would be, that's kind of the major line in the sand. If we start closing daily candles, weekly candles below that 200-week again, then we can start opening up the idea that we may be in for, somewhat of a different cycle here, and there may be much more pain ahead, right? But until that happens, guys, I would maintain my longer-term bullish sentiment. And again, you guys will know that this level essentially right here, this FTX level, right before we got that big collapse, was another really, really key level of support that we were looking to hold, right? And we have held this, broke above it, tested it as support, slipped it, and now we're back up above it. So I'm feeling pretty bullish today, guys. And I don't mean bullish as in short-term price action. I just mean bullish in the long term. Just looking at all this stuff, I feel pretty good, right? Now, looking at the shorter-term price action here, guys, the major range that we are looking at is going to be right here, right? We've been looking at this forever, and shout out to the free Discord. Let's start diving into the actual local price action. Where is Bitcoin headed in the next day or so, right? This is probably what most of you guys are here for. So, Frankie Candles is going to give it to you, baby. But first, I got to let you guys know that today's energy is brought to you by Aztecian Cactus Moss Water, which is rebranding. I don't want to give away the new logo here, but Aztecian Cactus Moss Water is giving us the energy today. Shout out to the CandleMafia and the Aztecians. But taking a look here, guys, we were looking on Friday, right? Like I said, on that on Friday, on the when I did not live stream and I dropped this little bit of free sauce in the free Discord here, I do just want to kind of bring this up, right? Because I want to talk about what we were looking for. So this was the post we put, right? As we were sitting at the lows of the range, I thought we were going to get a move up over the weekend, right? I figured we'd get a move up, roughly to the 786 / point of control of the range, getting, between about 2860 and I think about 28. I think I can't really see this. I think it's 28,350. So 28,350 and 2860. This was kind of this whole range between the golden pocket and the 786 I drew it, right? I thought we'd come up to the 786 and then get a little bit of a rejection, right? And potentially get that move back down to 25.3. But again, after looking at all this long-term stuff, guys, if we do get a visit of 25.3, I think it's going to be I don't think we're going to hang out down there, to be 100% honest with you. I think it would be like a quick wick and then a snap right back to the upside. But this is what we were looking at over the weekend. And the reason I was looking for this, guys, was because, what do we put here, right? Right now, we have some interesting things going on. We are potentially going to start printing a bull div on the daily. That is the key right here, right? Bull div on the daily. A daily bull div is a very, very strong signal that we are going to get a move to the upside. And at the time, we were not printing it, but this is the 12-hour. We were printing it on the 12-hour. And when you come down to support, and you start flashing bullish divergences on time frames as high as the 12-hour, the 16-hour, and the daily, it is very unlikely that div is going to give you no move. Likely, it's going to give you some kind of a move to the upside. Now, guys, this is going to be the sauce. So if you got your uncooked spaghetti and your uncooked lasagna, whip them out, dip your uncooked spaghetti in the marinade, or the marinara sauce if you're not Italian, and dip it in there and start taking your notes on your uncooked lasagna. You might not get that joke, but if you do, you're definitely an OG of the channel. But, this is the sauce, guys. We were looking for that move to the upside because of the daily bull div, the 12 and the 16-hour bull div, and the fact that we were at our value area low. And guys, when we come to the value area low, what do? We look for longs. That's why when we were looking at this head and shoulders, we were saying, don't short support, guys. Don't short at the bottom of the range. You want to be looking for longs at the bottom of the range. So number one, you're at the bottom of your value area, right? You're at your value area low, so you're already looking for longs. And when you start to get that 12-hour bullish divergence, right? This 12-hour bullish divergence that was printing, that was literally, that's what this screenshot is of. That's a pretty good sign that, hey, if we hold that value area low, we're probably going to get a move up. And where is price likely to go if you hold above the value area low? The next likely stop for price to go is right up to the POC. And what happened, guys? Right up to that POC, right? Now, you guys will know there's a couple of levels here. We have the point of control here. We also have a golden pocket and a 786. So let's go ahead and pull that fib, right? I believe, is it from here? I think. No, it was from this wick down here, right? So this is that golden pocket. This is the zone that we were looking at, right? I think this number is slightly different because I was looking at a different exchange in that post. But this is basically, we knew once we held above that value area low, we'd likely get a move into that POC. We know that's the next likely stop for Bitcoin if you're holding support above the value area low, because we're getting accepted back into the range. And when you hold the lows, your next move is likely to the point of control, right? And when you have the confluence of a 12-hour bull div, a 16-hour bull div, and a daily bull div, it's very likely that you're going to get that move. Now, everybody wants to know, are we going to 29K? Are we going to 30K? And in my opinion, I think we will. I think we will eventually see that $29,000 level. And the reason I say that is not because I want to see it hit 29K and I'm just emotionally saying I want it to go to 29K, so I think we can do it, because that doesn't do anything, right? No one cares about how you feel about price. But the reason I think we can hit 29K, guys, is simply because we're accepted back into the value area. We held the lows, so we are going to be expecting price to come to the POC. And we got rejected as we expected because this is a very strong level of resistance. But I think if we cannot absolutely dump here, I think we can maybe bing bong around, even if we get a move back down towards the bottom of the range, as long as we hold above the value area low at $26,700, we would be basically expecting price to get a move up to the highs of our range, because that's how the volume profiles work. So with that being said, I do think we can eventually get a move up to 29 to 30K, but there is no guarantees. And I will say this, I don't know if we're going to see it right now. I've been talking to the premium Discord, and I am in a, I slightly favor a smaller move, or I more favor a move to the downside first. And again, I'm not expecting an absolute nuke to nothing, but if you take a look again at some of these higher hourly time frames, like the 12-hour that signaled this move to the upside, you could see our VWAP is starting to roll back to the downside, looking to print a red dot, right? So I do think with the 12-hour red dot, 16-hour also looking for a red dot. Do we have it on the Heikinashi candles? We don't. But both of these time frames are looking for a red dot, right? And if we print those red dots, the reason this not concerns me, but the reason I am kind of putting a little bit of weight on these red dots on these higher time frames is because if you come down to some of these lower time frames, our money flow is generally trending to the downside, right? 90-minute money flow is coming to the downside. Let me just readjust this, right? 90-minute money flow is generally coming out, right? Your 1-hour money flow is also generally coming out. You can see this, right? Cruising to the downside. And if we get these money flow crossovers into the red and all these higher time frames like the 12 and the 16-hour wind up printing these red dots, I think we might get a move down before we come up to attack that POC again and potentially flip the POC and come up to about 29K. And I'm going to talk about what I'm doing when we get to the highs here. But this is why I favor a little bit of a move to the downside. Now, it does not mean that we cannot just rip through here and come to the highs of the range right now, but just looking at the technicals, I have to just bring you guys the information that I see on the chart. And if we wind up printing and confirming these red dots and they don't give us VWAP flips where we get a red dot and then an immediate green dot, I do think that we are likely to cool off a little bit more before getting a move to the upside. Now, on top of that, guys, we also have the daily VWAP starting to roll to the downside. So the more we see this start to cool off, remember our money flow is still in the red here, although it is kind of coming up, but our money flow on the daily is still in the red, and our 2-day, guys. Remember, if you guys remembered my streams from last week, with this move up to the POC, I was not looking to long this to the moon. I was actually expecting this to give us a lackluster move to the downside before putting in a lower high and continuing to the downside. And the reason for that was the 2-day money flow and the daily money flow. And the money flow indicates the longer term trend, right? So if this money flow is going to stay in the red, we can expect this downtrend to continue, in which case that green dot just gave us that lackluster move. And if we do reject here and come to lower lows, basically my original thought process for this lower high would be absolutely spot on. But again, in order for us to bring in a lower low here, we're going to have to break that 200-week moving average, which I just don't know if we're ready to do right now. So, with all that being said, I would expect somewhat of a small move to the downside before another move to the upside. But again, guys, until we start losing these lows down here, the 200-week moving average, the value area low, until we start losing these levels, I am going to remain with my bullish bias, even if we wind up dumping a little bit tonight. I would actually prefer that because I am in a scalp short essentially from here, right? I am basically short from this top right here, hoping that we can get a little bit of a breakdown, potentially getting back down to the value area low of this range, in which case it would make decent sense because if we pull our fib from the low to the high here, maybe, just maybe, if we can get a cool off here, come visit that local golden pocket and then get that move back up to the highs of the range. This is what I would prefer to happen. But please understand that Bitcoin does not care what I want. And it could easily, do something like this where we just kind of come down, range around, and then rip, right? So that's just kind of my thought process, guys. But again, in the short term, I do think I would favor a little bit of a move to the downside if we print that red dot on the 12 and the 16 hour. And that is paired with the money flow coming out on the lower time frames. Not just because I'm seeing the red dots, I think we're going to dump. It's also the money flow on the lower time frames that is in agreement or confluence with that assumption, right? Shout out to Thesis himself. Says BTC to new lows. P.S. PandaStorm is a trading monster. Shout out to PandaStorm. Let's go. PandaStorm, flex those trades. Let's get it. Shout out to Thesis, bro. Hey, Thesis, good news. No yellow X's today. Let's get it. Shout out to Thesis, guys. Thesis does not believe in yellow X's. Shout out to you, man. And hang on, I think I missed a super chat or some kind of special thing. Give me 1 second, guys, before we move on to those altcoins. How long have we been going for today? Let's go. 48 minutes. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was a little bit longer than that. I feel like I just ranted for a long time. But hopefully you guys are seeing value. Hit me with a hashtag value. Hit me with a hashtag value in chat if you guys are learning something or finding this valuable in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. What do we have? Somebody did something. Shout out to Hannah King, said Hong Kong is going to affect the markets, Frankie. Hong Kong, you say? I'm trying to think of a dad joke, Hannah. I'm sorry. I disappointed on that one. Shout out to Hannah. Yeah, potentially. But yeah, we're gonna have to see. We have a lot of stuff going on. In the macro. God, Rob, I'm sick of you using logic. Shout out to Thesis. But shout out to Hannah King. Yeah, you're 100% right. Totally possible. But listen. Again, I was talking to the premium Discord in the premium live stream today, talking about how, yeah, XRP value is coming. Shout out to Ken. We're going to be taking a look at XRP in a second. That's the main altcoin we're going to be taking a look at today. I see the hashtag values in chat. Let's get it, baby. Shout out. Crypto Billy says, show Jess. Shout out to Jess. I got to meet Jessica, one of our female CandleMafia members. There she is, Jessica, in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Jessica. We got to hang out with Jessica in Miami. Super, super fun. And Crypto Pollo, and Crypto Billy, and Crypto Anon, and a ton of other people. Brad Guidell was there. It was a great time. Shout out, was it Creighton C? Somebody gifted memberships, and I don't know why it's not telling me who it was. But God, I really wish I could have lost my mind. Shout out, I think it was Creighton C. Shout out to Creighton C for gifting 10 memberships. I think it was you. If it wasn't, correct me in chat. But shout out to Creighton C. We love you, bro. Yeah, number one, super guy crab man. But yeah, shout out to you guys. U.S. government basically on unlimited spend now as debt ceiling essentially infinite. Yeah, liquidity gonna potentially pour everywhere till then. Yeah, chemistry, I basically agree with that. Yeah. It was Creighton C. Shout out to Creighton C. Bing bong. Shout out to Creighton, bro. Creighton be out there gifting those memberships. I'm going to go ahead and chuck some Benjis for you. Let's go. Shout out to Creighton C. Making it rain memberships on the Mafia, and we appreciate you, man. And I know the Mafia does as well. Mr. Candles went trip to the UK. Shout out to Ken. Hopefully one day we will get out there to the UK. I would love to come meet. We actually have a lot of viewers from the UK, which is interesting. I think it's like our second biggest geographic area that our viewers come from. LFG, Creighton C, let's go. Death Burka in the house says, do you factor in wicks on divergences? Yes, I do. I will say this. I pay more attention to the bodies on divergences, right? It doesn't mean that you can't, like, if I was looking at the wicks here, I would have not seen that divergence, right? Because you don't have the lower low on your price action, right? You actually have a higher low. So if you were looking at just the wicks here, you would not have seen this divergence, which is why I do prefer to look at the bodies. And in my opinion, the candle closes really give you a better idea of where price is going to go. But that does not mean that I ignore wicks in all situations, right? Sometimes, depending on the strategy you're using or what you're looking at to trade off of, sometimes the wick could be the most important part, right? If you're looking for a swing failure pattern, like the wick is the thing to look at, right? So when I talk about not looking at the wicks, it's usually when looking to hold a support level, like you could see here, right? We wicked below this value area low many times. Wick below. So, I look at the candle body closes when it comes to holding or losing a support level or resistance level and divergences specifically, right? And this is a perfect example, right? Because if you were looking at the wicks here, you wouldn't have really seen that divergence. So there you go. Shout out to Deathburger. Hopefully that helps you out. Let's see. The bodies tell the story. The wicks do the damage. Jackson. Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to Jackson. I like that, bro. I'm going to have to steal that, bro. Can I license that from you? Let's go. All right. Let's continue on here real quick, guys. Let's go ahead and start taking a look at some of the altcoins. If you win free bus pass. Shout out to Ken. But yeah, let's see. Oh, hey, Miss Teen Crypto in the chat. What's up, Miss Teen Crypto? I am going on Miss Teen Crypto's show tomorrow, I believe. Tony D, please confirm that for me because, yeah, I am in the house. Well, hang on. I think he just cleared that up for me because I am oh, slow mode is killing me. Yeah, guys, I will be on Miss Teen Crypto's channel tomorrow. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Thank you for being here. I am super excited to come on tomorrow, Miss Teen Crypto. What can I call you? I feel like I gotta like abbreviate your name. Should I call you Teen or Miss? Miss, I'm excited to come on your show, Miss. No, I don't know. But shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Thank you for being here. Super, super excited to come on your show tomorrow, guys. Do not miss that. Go check out Miss Teen Crypto's YouTube channel. Give her a follow. Hit the subscribe button for her, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the Frankie Candles Miss Teen Crypto collab. Let's get it. But yeah, shout out to you. But continuing on here, guys, go ahead and throw your altcoins in chat because it's just about time to start taking a look at the altcoins. And to start off, guys, I want to start taking a look at Ethereum while you guys put those requests in. I'm going to take a look at Ethereum. We're definitely taking a look at XRP as XRP decided to grow a couple legs and start to run to the upside. So we're going to take a look at that. And then, yeah, we will take a look at your requests as well. Yeah, show Miss Teen Crypto some love in the chat, Mafia. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Me too. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into Ethereum real quickly here, guys. And, yeah, let's take a look here. Now, listen, guys, listen. I don't make up the rules. Sometimes price does exactly what our lines do. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I knew that price was going to follow this exact trajectory. But I want to talk about, what we were looking at here. Now, if you guys watch the show, you'll be pretty familiar with this ETH chart and kind of the levels that we look at here, right? The main levels we were looking at were this range right here, between about 1830 and 1730, right? Excuse me, 1830 and 1730. This range that we were trading in back in March. This was a major level, this was a major range we were looking at, right? And this is how we predicted this move to the downside here. And again, I bring this up so you guys can see this too. So when you're not looking at watching the Frankie Candles live stream, you could see these levels, you could find these levels, and you could trade off of them just like I do. And basically what we're looking at here, guys, is we knew that if we broke this level here, because it is the value area high of this previous range, we knew if we broke below this level, we would likely see price travel on down to the range lows at about 1730, which is, let me get rid of this line, exactly what happened, right? We lost this level, we bearishly retested, and we got a dump down to 1730, right? Simple as that, because we were looking at the volume profile from back here. That's how we do it, right? Like, there's no tricks on my sleeve here. This is how we do it. And if you guys watch the live stream, this literally, like, we played that scenario out, potential scenario out on the live stream, and then came back the next day and was like, yeah, guys, I don't know. I swear I don't have a crystal ball. I literally just use the volume profiles. So that's how we were able to predict that move. And the reason I bring that up is because we knew if we wanted to see more upside for Ethereum, we had to get above this value area high. We tried to get above it here, got ripped back down, and then we finally got back above it, flipped that purple box to support, and got our move up to about $1,900. And that is likely, that's why this line is here. I wish I knew exactly why I wish my mouse is bugging out here, guys. Bear with me. Oh, no. Did my mouse just die? Hello? Hello? Okay, guys. Bear with me while I put a new battery in my mouse. So annoying. Okay, the mouse is back, guys. The mouse is back. Not changing the battery. So as we were looking at this price up here, guys, I'm going to try to find what level we were looking at. It was likely a volume profile level. If I go ahead and pull our fixed range on this, yeah, point of control. That's what we were looking at, right? And again, this is the power of looking at the markets in terms of ranges, guys. Now, let me explain the thought process behind this so you guys can predict these moves as well. Because again, the timing is very rarely going to, the timing's very rarely going to play out exactly as you think it will. However, obviously we did get that a little bit later, right? Like almost perfectly. And the thought process behind this, guys, is not me saying, $1,900 an even level. I'm feeling bullish because I like ETH. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I think this is why I'm addicted to the charts, because I don't really get, I get you could look at news, right? I just don't understand how, you know, people are just like, I'm bullish on ETH. I think it's going to 1900. I just feel it. And I'm like, it's like, what are you basing that off of, right? So I want to show you guys what I base this off of, right? Like, this is not just my opinion that I thought it was going to go to 1900. It was based off very specific things. And the main thing was, number one, I knew that we had to get above that value area high, that previous value area high, which I know you guys are having trouble seeing because my face is in the way. Real quick, I'm going to solve that problem right now. Bear with me, guys. Remind me to tell BJ, our technical director, to fix my live stream box with my face in it to make it smaller so the CandleMafia doesn't get mad when it covers up the candles. Thank you. Love you. Bye. Okay. So that's literally what I have to do to remember things, guys. But the thought process here was, guys, number one, I knew we had to get above that value area high, right? Because once we got accepted back into this range, right, I'm going to highlight this range with a white box so no one gets it twisted, right? This is the value area I'm talking about, right? We're going to turn it white. This is the range. Once we broke back into this range, we knew in order to go to higher prices, we had to break out of the range. We had to break out of this white box. And again, this white box is coming from this range back here. Again, to show you, right, this range from back here. We knew we had to break that value area high to get out of that range, right? Okay, my computer's bugging out. So we knew we had to get above that value area high and flip it to support, which you can see we did right here. Flipped it to support. Now, not only are we flipping that value area high to support, but we are also now getting accepted back into this new range, this upper range, right? And once you get above that level and above the value area high, which happened right here, where's the next likely place for price to go? And shout out to anybody who remembers me talking about this on the live stream when we originally drew this line. If we were to get that to happen, where is price likely going to go? Well, it's likely going to get attracted to the closest POC, which was right here at about $1,915. And where did price go? Right to $1,914. And we are currently banging our head on that level right now. And I don't say that to brag. Please do not get it twisted. The reason I bring this up and the reason I go back to show you guys how we predicted things was to literally show you how we did it. Not to go, look, I know all the secrets. Follow me. You guys have to watch my channel or you're never going to know how to trade, right? Like, I show you how we find these levels, right? And that is why I was looking for a move, or why I would have been looking for a move up to $1,914 if we flip this level to support. It's because we broke out of the previous range and got accepted back into this upper range. And if you're confused, I'll go ahead and label this range with a different color. I'll make this one blue, right? There you go, right? So again, just looking at things in terms of ranges. We got accepted into this range right here, bing bonged around. Now we know we got to get above that value area high and hold support not only above the value area high, but also above the value area low of the upper range, which is this blue box, which we did. And at that point, you could expect the point of control to come in, which again is exactly what happened. So shout out to anybody who saw that with us. I did not get into a trade or anything based off of that, but it's just, this is how we do it, guys, right? And that's the importance of looking at the markets in terms of ranges. So there you go. Now, where is Ethereum going from here? Well, it's a very similar situation to Bitcoin, right? Because now we are within this more macro range with our highs of the range coming in at about 1950. So if we can get a sustained pull above this point of control, hold it as support, that is where I would expect the highs of the range to come in at about 1950, which we're not too far away from already, right? And looking at the indicators here, we are looking to print a green dot on the 4-hour very, very soon. Money flow is starting to come out just a little bit here, so I would be cautious of that. Taking a look at your 6-hour... nothing really to pull away from there. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, your daily, yeah, I don't know. It's looking very similar to Bitcoin, where we are rejecting that point of control. Obviously, daily red dot looking to come in. Our 12-hour red dot is looking to print, and our 16-hour red dot is also looking to print. However, money flow on ETH is looking a lot better. So similar to Bitcoin, I do think we can get to those range highs. I would just like to see what those 12 and 16-hour red dots have in store for us, because they may cool us off first before getting that move up to the range high. So I would be careful of another move to the downside, but money flow does look good. So if you get that red dot, I would look for it to be a short move to the downside before getting another move up. Am I still live? My screen just went black. Did we get cut? Did the SEC take us down, guys? This is ridiculous. All right, well, hopefully I'm still live, guys. I think I am. Okay, yeah, we are. I think we're still good. Yeah, okay. All right, we're still good. We're still good. All right, let's go. All right, continuing on here, guys. So there's Ethereum. Again, we just went black for a second. So, again, money flow crossing into the green. This looks good. I would just like to see what the 12 and 16-hour red dots have, especially because the daily red dot is following closely behind. So, yeah, that is what I will be looking for as of right now on Ethereum, guys. Now, let's go ahead and jump on in to XRP. XRP starting to get a move to the upside. And if you guys are sick of the volume profile sauce, I would probably leave the stream right now because there's more coming right now. So what do we got going on XRP? This is, let me see if I could find, I believe, let me see. I think there is a bit of a better chart to look at. Bear with me while I look for this. Is this it? This is it. Okay, so here we are, guys. Once again, volume profiles, right? I don't even think this is the chart we wanted to look at, but I could just show you guys that chart. Let me see. Let me just make sure I got the right chart open here, guys. Yeah. Okay, this one's actually a little bit better, but same idea, right? So taking a look at XRP, guys, let me put on the Heikin-Ashi candle so things are a little bit cleaner. Come up to the little bit of a higher time frame. Now, XRP, absolutely getting a move to the upside, hitting almost 53 cents, which is not a random level, guys. Is not a random level. And I will say, I mean, this is kind of looking inverse head and shoulders-y, right? Boom. Boom. Was that the move? Was that the measured move right there? Hang on. Bear with me, guys. I'm just kind of doing this for myself. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you almost saw that play out perfectly. But anyway, taking a look here, guys. Now, we haven't looked at XRP in a while, but I'm going to kind of give you my thought process here of why I would be expecting 53 cents. And I think we did talk about this last time we did look at XRP. But again, it's just looking at the volume profiles, guys. We have this profile down here, this white shaded box. We were bing-bonging around in here, then we lost it, then we regained it, right? Now we're bing-bonging in this range once again, right? Bing-bong, bing-bong. At this point, if we pull up our VPVR, VP, if we pull up that VPVR, we knew that once we broke out of this value area high, you have a little spike in volume here, but for the most part, you have a gap up until the next value area, which is up here. Shall I highlight this with another white box? Let's see. Boom. Right? Make it white. This is our next value area, right? We bing-bonged around here. We knew once we broke this high, we had a low volume gap, which would likely cause a quick move through this level, which again, if you're not looking at the volume profile, you could see we had a quick move through this level to the downside, and we also had a quick move through this level to the upside in the past, right? Whoops. Let me go ahead and pull this so you guys can see it, right? Quick move through this level, right? Then when we broke down, we had another quick move through the level, and then we would expect if we broke this high again, we may get another quick move through this level, and it is supported by the volume gap here, right? Once that happens, what you're looking for is to get accepted back into the upper range, which is essentially what happened. So where would I expect price to go from here? Well, if we get a break above this level, I'd expect a quick move to the value area low. Once we get above that level, I would expect the next target to be the POC, and then the next target after that to be the value area high. And we're on the 10-hour here, so it does look like a straight moonshot. But where did we go, guys? Right to the value area high at 53 cents. We almost wicked up to the level perfectly. Right? Now let's come down to a lower time frame and see if any of these other levels were respected or if we just mooned right through it. So what happened? We broke above the value area low, flipped it to support, in which case you're expecting to come to the POC, which it doesn't look like we got much of a reaction. I'm going to go down to the micro time frames to see if we indeed did get a reaction there. I don't think we did. I think we shot right through the POC, which, I mean, isn't a bad thing. But yeah, really no reaction off the POC, but you did wind up flipping the POC to support, right? Let me come back to a manageable time frame here. Right, so you saw it on the low time frame. We came up, flipped the value area low to support. At this point, I am expecting the next likely price to be the POC, and I'm also expecting the value area high to eventually get hit. And what happens? We actually just wound up mooning right to the value area high. And that's the power of the volume profiles, guys. Please, for the love of God, study up on your volume profiles because it is the sauce. Now, where is price headed from here? That's what everybody wants to know. Where is XRP headed from here? Well, I'll say this, right? Let me get rid of some of these brushes, right? Let's clean up the chart just a bit, even though it is fun to look back to see if we predicted things correctly. But let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit, right? Because we're basically approaching the highs of this range. And yeah, see the volume gap here? The volume gaps don't lie, guys. Now, and you can see these levels were respected back here as well. But zooming out a little bit here, guys, kind of the next levels that I would be looking for. I'm going to have to zoom out a bit, a good bit here to get a decent idea of where we're headed. Now, if we break through the range that we're at right now, I know it's hard to see because it's very small, but there's a reason why I have it small. Look where your volume is. Where is your volume? We are sitting, right? Like, this is most of the volume. This is why price is sticking to this level, right? Because most of the volume is here. The point of control, essentially, of, all of this price action here is essentially at this, 46 to 50 cent level, right? When looking at all of this price action, this is your point of control, essentially, right? Now, if we break above these highs, I would say at about 60 cents. If we can get back to 60 cents and break above 60 cents, where am I expecting price to go for XRP? Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull a range here from all the way up here, right? Look where our value area low is, coming in at about 67 cents. Right? So if we break above this level, right, where we're at right here, 60 cents, about 60 cents. If we break these highs right here at 60 cents, I would expect the next major level of resistance to come in, I would say, between 60 and 70 cents, right? Because the thing is, you do have some lows here at about 60 cents. And let's go ahead and pull a local golden pocket. I'm going to pull it from here. Bear with me here, guys. Yeah, so you can see your golden pocket does come in right at that value area low as well. And then, this runs up all the way to about, 80 cents. So this would be the next major area that I would expect XRP to run up to, right? So if we get another push to the upside, I would look for a break above this range. If we can hold support above there, I'd look for a shot up here at about 67 cents. I'd look for major resistance to come in at that 67 cent area. But if we can get above this area and hold that support, that's where the door to a lot more upside winds up coming in, because you could be getting accepted back up into this upper range. But I would say the next likely target for XRP is going to be between 60 and 70 cents, right? Kind of rounding up here. 60 cents, because we have these highs to revisit here that we have to break past. So 60 and about 70 cents all the way up to this golden pocket, right? So that's kind of the next areas that I would expect, immediate resistance to come in at about 58, 60 cents. If you can get above that, I'd look for a move up to about 68 to 70 cents, in which case I'd look for heavy resistance here. But if you hold this level here, this value area low from this previous range from back here, that would be very, very bullish for XRP in my opinion, and could open up the door to much more upside, getting closer to about 83 cents. And then obviously your value area high. Talked about this on the BitBoy Crypto channel earlier today. This is bringing you up to about $1.30. That's, that's kind of moon mathy in my opinion. But, that is just basically, just showing the higher prices here. Obviously 60 cents is much more in the ballpark of what would happen in the near future. But this is, I'm not saying to expect $1.30 for XRP anytime soon. Just kind of showing you the trajectory of the major roadblocks we have in the way to much higher prices. So next incoming levels of resistance between 58 and 70 cents is going to be the next big area I will be looking for resistance on XRP. And again, if you flip that level at about 67 cents, if you flip that level, things could get pretty bullish. But it is likely going to be very, very heavy resistance there, so I would be careful. Between 58 and 70 cents is the next level I'm looking at for Bitcoin, for XRP, not Bitcoin. God, Bitcoin at 57 cents. Yikes. Okay, guys, let's go ahead. Lost 70 pounds in a year. Year once on steps. Oh, wow. Shout out to Creighton C. Walking up those steps. Let's get it, baby. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. Shout out to G is for Gorilla. Shout out to that XRP avatar. But guys, I believe I do believe our altcoins are counted and in. Let's see. Do we have Rob? Are they counted? I don't know. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if they're in here while we check on chat. Commander Candles of the XRP Army just reporting in for moon launch prediction when $5.89. Should we do some moon math on XRP real quick while we're waiting for these altcoins to come in? I need to do the Frankie Candles diet, not eating anything ever. Yeah, I'm like I think I'm like I don't know, like a trained dog. Like if you have like an attack dog and it's like working, so I have hunting dogs, right? And when you hunt, they're bird dogs, right? So like when you hunt with your dog, a lot of times you have to force feed them water because they're so focused on getting the birds and hunting and pointing the birds, that they literally won't drink. They could be out in hot, 100-degree weather, and a lot of times, like, it's very dangerous for the dog because they can overheat. So you got to force feed them water because they're just so focused on getting the job done. And I kind of compare myself to that. Like, I got better things to do than eat. I got to look at the charts and update the CandleMafia all the time, right? So I don't need food. It's just not important. But yeah, it's kind of how I think of it. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Chihuahuas are the best natural hunters. Shout out to Dixon. Let's go. Gotta love the Chihuahuas. All right, let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. Should we do some moon math on, yeah, it's so hard to say. Everybody wants to know, what's your price prediction for XRP, right? Should we do it? Should we do it real quick, guys? You guys want to know my absolute moon math predictions on XRP? Should we do it? Let me know in chat. Hit me with an XRP in chat if you want that, and if you want, and if not, we'll just go on to the altcoins. Yeah, let's, yeah, we could probably do that. Hit me with that XRP. Let's see. Hashtag feed Frankie. Shout out to Jessica. Let's go. Sponsored by Azteki and Cactus Mosswater. Let's go. Shout out to Matthew Barnes. Let's get it. I appreciate your trading advice and insight, Frankie. Shout out to Kilendal. I appreciate you appreciating me, but I do want to just clear something up. Not advice. Just sharing with you guys what I do. I do not. This is all entertainment. This is for entertainment purposes only. I only trade fake money. I would never trade with real money. This is all entertainment. So this is not financial advice at all. This is an entertainment channel, just so you guys know. Education and entertainment. That's all. But shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. But let's continue on. Okay, XRP. I see the XRPs. Okay, $4. Somebody says Deep Sleep ASMR. Shout out to you. Give us the sauce. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna pull it up, guys, and I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Like, this is speculative. Like, this is this is probably not gonna play out. I want to be just because I say it does not mean it's magically gonna happen. But I'll take my best whack at it here, right? So here we go. Here is an empty XRP chart. Now, where is this thing gonna go? Where can this thing go in the next bull run? And what I'm gonna do here, guys, instead of just making a random guess, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up the coin perspective. You guys have seen this before. Essentially, this is, in my opinion, the best way to predict if a price prediction is realistic. So let's go ahead and see if $5.89 is likely a possibility for XRP. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to XRP. Right, coming in at 52 cents. Shout out to XRP, up 5%. 569, maybe not 589, but 569. Hey, but let's go ahead and so basically what this website does, if XRP had Bitcoin's market cap of 537 billion, XRP would be worth $10.35. So right there off the bat, I know a lot of people want to now. Obviously, market caps are going to change as people buy into crypto and the market cap of the entire crypto asset class goes up. Obviously, this number is going to change, right? However, let's go ahead and say, so there you go. That's kind of worth looking at anyway, right? So if Bitcoin flipped if XRP flipped Bitcoin right now, it would put XRP at $10.35. So right now, if you want a $10 XRP, XRP's got to be the big man. It's got to be the top dog right now, right? It's got to beat the top dog. So what we can do here is, where is target price for XRP, right? $5.89. That's weird. $5.89. Okay, it only let me do $5.79. I don't know why, but this would put XRP at a $301 billion market cap. And what I'm going to do here is, on top of this, I'm going to pull up Coin Market Cap real quick if I can get it to load. And let's go ahead and see, right? Let's look at Coin Market Cap. And so what did it say? So we need the right now, this is right now, the market cap would have to be at $301 billion for XRP to hit $5.80. Is that possible? Let's see. What is the number? 301 billion. So let's look at the market caps here. Yeah, reject all. Let's see. Okay, so market cap. So here's the thing. Like right now, if XRP would right now have to flip Ethereum and be the number 2 coin as far as market cap goes, to be $5.89, which, I'll be honest, I don't think that's that crazy of a prediction, to be honest, right? Like, we're already number 6. We just got to take the number 2 spot, which, if you guys remember, I believe in 2017, XRP was number 2 for a little bit. So definitely not impossible, right? And that's just looking at market cap. So yeah, I mean, it would have to make a pretty big move. Right now we're sitting at, yeah, we'd have to make some pretty big moves, right? So, yeah, I don't think it's impossible, right? I don't think it's really impossible. But yeah, I mean, we'd have to get a $301 billion market cap. And yeah, so I don't think it's, I mean, it's only a 10x, right? Like, if we got a 10x out of XRP in the next bull run, that would be fire. So I don't think it's completely out. What I do think is 100% out of the question is $589. That is 100% out of the question. 100% never going to happen. It would need to be $30.6 trillion in market cap. That is not going to happen. The whole, I think, what was it at the top of the market? What is the total market cap right now of the entire space? Yeah, I think we hit $2 trillion at the top of the bull market. So, you know, XRP would have to, you know, basically 30x the entire market cap of crypto right now, which is not going to happen, at least right now. It would take many years if it would ever possibly happen. Not going to happen. $5.89, much more likely. We'd have to see right now XRP be number 2 in market cap, though. So there you go. I like to give you guys tangible, real reasons to look for a certain price on a coin. I'm not just going to sit here and be like, it's going to $10 because I'm bullish on XRP. Like, it makes no sense to say that because it's not based off of anything other than emotion, which is literally the opposite of what you want to do. So this is actually taking real information, real data into account. I highly recommend going check out this website. It's free. Just go to coinperspective.com and check it out. Next time your friend goes, oh, buy this coin, it's going to go to $500. You could literally put it in and see how realistic or unrealistic the potential is, right? I just love it. I love it, like especially when the bull run comes and everybody and their grandma is in crypto and they're a crypto expert. They're gonna be like, buy this coin. It's gonna be the next Ethereum, and I think it's gonna go to $1,000. And then you start putting the numbers into Coin Perspective to see like where market cap would have to be, and you start to realize like, oh my god, this person got into crypto yesterday and has no idea how any of it works. And yeah, so just whip that out on your friends. Let's go. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto said, I got to head out. Hope you guys had a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto, guys. Don't forget, I will be on Miss Teen Crypto show tomorrow. So go subscribe to her channel right now and then come back. And then, yeah, check out our collab tomorrow. It's going to be super, super fun. I believe it's at 4:15, 4:30. Tony D, let him know what time in the chat. But, guys, go check out Miss Teen Crypto. Again, we'll be on our show tomorrow. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here, Miss Teen Crypto. We love you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into our next altcoin, which is going to be Ben. Let's take a look at the MEXC chart. Okay. It's going to the moon. All right, next. I'm just kidding, guys. All right, let's see. Now, guys, you will remember. Yeah, you guys will remember. We were looking at this on the way up, and I was like, guys, and I'm very transparent, guys. I will never, ever, ever. I will never do anything but be 100% honest on this channel. I have no interest in, trying to pump my bags or make a quick dollar, especially at the cost of my community. Ever. You have my word on that. Ever. I'm very transparent. I don't own any Ben right now. I am looking to buy some, but I do not own any right now. You guys will know that when we were looking at, last time we looked at Ben, we were moving up, and I was looking for, I think we were like right here, and I was hoping for a pullback to revisit these highs back here. And I said that would be an area where I'd be interested in buying, and then it absolutely ripped. And it's funny because these newer coins don't have a lot of information to analyze, so they're kind of hard to call the moves on. It's funny because, I said that. I said, guys, I'm going to wait for a pullback to get in. I don't want to buy green candles. It's something I simply don't do. And sometimes you miss out on the move, but I'm totally fine with that. And then the next day, the thing absolutely mooned. And I went on Ben's show, and Ben was making jokes. He's like, don't forget, Frankie told you to wait to get in on Ben coin. And it was like all the way up here. And it was true. I did. I did not FOMO in, guys. I did not FOMO in because what goes up must come down at some point, even if it's going to go back up, right? Like I'm not, so it has finally come down. And where are we, guys? Where are we? Why did my voice crack like that? Where did we come down to, guys? We came right down to revisit these highs. I am now interested in potentially looking to pick up some Ben coin. This is a much better buy zone than when we were like sitting up here. I don't remember exactly where we were, but it was just too many green candles for me to buy. I wanted to wait for a pullback. We missed the pullback. It came higher. But again, it shows the importance of waiting and sitting on your hands and not FOMOing into something at the wrong price. I don't like to buy things when they jack the prices up. I like to buy things when they're on sale. So I waited for it to come on sale. It took a while, and it may have not come back down to these levels, right? Like I might have just missed the boat, but I was willing to take the chance, right? And we finally cooled off, and where are we sitting right now? Right on these highs. This is the point where I would be interested in buying a little bit of Ben coin. I'm not telling you to, because I cannot say that. I'm not a financial advisor, and even if I was, I wouldn't really be interested in telling you exactly what to do with your money. I would rather show you what I would do, and then, you could just use that information in your own analysis. You know what I'm saying? But as we look at this, I would potentially be interested in buying Ben coin here. You can see we do have a bit of volume underneath us, which could wind up being a decent place to find some good support. Right now, if I pull our fixed range volume profile over, just this little range right here, I'll actually pull it all the way back to here. You can see, right, value area high coming in right there as well, right? So decent area. Because if we are going to continue to the upside, guys, you get that big break out of your current value area, meaning this range right here. You flip that to support, and you get a big move to the upside. You don't FOMO in on these candles. You wait for the cool off. And where would be a good place that I would like to test before continuing higher? This value area high would be a very, very nice place to find some support. Now, with that being said, I would be a little bit careful. We do have a yellow X here on the 2-hour. I might look to pick some of this up tonight. I might buy some Ben tonight. You heard it here first, guys. I might buy some Ben tonight. But this would be, this is basically the level I'd be looking to test, right? If we pull our fib, do we have any confluence here? Pull it from this low here to the high. Testing that 786. What if we pull it from the entire move here, right? Like all the way back here. Yeah, we bounced on the golden pocket. We lost the golden pocket. Yeah, maybe you get another dip into that 786, but essentially, I'd be looking for some support here. Now, if we wind up breaking this level at, I'm not going to say the zeros. If we break this level here at about, 9.3, however many zeros that is, 9.3. If we start breaking below this level, actually, I would look at the 786, to be honest with you. That's 786 at 86, right? This number right here. You guys can screenshot that. I'm too far away from the screen to guess how many zeros that is. This is 786. If you break below that 786 and you cannot get a quick move back above it, that's where I would potentially hold off and wait for a revisit of the point of control all the way down here. But again, that's not until we break the 786. I wouldn't hate making my first buy somewhere in this white box, and then even if we get a breakdown here, potentially pick some more up down here. Not definitely at the first level where I would be looking to pick up some. I'll let you guys know tomorrow if I do. I may buy some of this tonight. So there you go. Beautiful pullback to that value area high. Not looking too bad. And again, guys, not a whole lot of information here to go off of. So you want to take the TA with a little bit of a grain of salt on something like this, just because there's not a lot of price history, right? Like there's not a lot of information to analyze. But there you go. Just looking at this price action doesn't look like a horrible entry to me, for me, not for you, for me. And then again, if you lose that 786, I'd expect to move down to your POC, in which case might be another good place to pick some up. For me, not for you. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Are you watching the Miss Teen Crypto Show tomorrow? Hey, let's go. 50% yes, 36% yes indeed, and 13% yes. I like it. I like it. All right, let's see. Frankie, where do you get Bencoin? Well, I do believe it is on MEXC. It is also on BitGet. It is also on Poloniex. BitMEX. Oh, no, that's Engine. What the? CoinEx. Yeah, I would say, yeah, MEXC and BitGet are probably the big ones that you probably have an account for. So there you go. I will probably be buying it on BitGet. For whatever that's worth. I don't know what kind of insight that gives you guys, but yeah, I'll probably buy it on BitGet. If you guys want to sign up for BitGet, you can check the link in the description down below, and you will help support the channel. And I believe you get some kind of deal. I gotta update myself on these deals because a lot of our exchange deals give you a bonus. Do you have a BitGet tattoo? Hopefully they don't turn into FTX. Yeah, hopefully no exchange turns into FTX for sure. I do not have a BitGet tattoo. I don't have any tattoos. I probably will never get a tattoo. I actually like tattoos, but on other people. I think they look really cool on other people. I have commitment issues. But anyway, let's continue on. Uniswap still has it. Okay, there we go. There you go, Paul. BitGet, I would check out. Don't make me take pictures of the house partner and put him on Pet Mafia. Oh, hey. Shout out to Jessica. Guys, we do have a channel in the free Discord for your furry friends. I do like to go through that channel and look at all the doggos and all the kitties and bearded dragons of the CandleMafia. So if you're in the free Discord, don't forget to drop your pets in that channel. It's my favorite channel. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. That's Ben. Let's take a look at ADA. Although I do love looking at Ben, guys. I think you guys know I love looking at Ben. Probably more than Ben likes looking at me. Anyway. Continuing on here, taking a look at Cardano. Let's take a look at the Coinbase chart and Cardano, guys. Zooming out, Cardano is a dead project, guys. Cardano is going to zero. I'm just kidding. Someone's going to clip that and be like, this idiot thinks Cardano is going to zero. I'm just joking, guys. But taking a look at ADA, or ADA, as some people like to call it. Taking a look here. Yeah, it's a snooze fest, guys. It's an absolute snooze fest. But I will say this, right? God, man, this is just brutal. Taking a look at your daily. Very, very similar to Bitcoin, right? Looking very similar to Bitcoin. Are we getting a... That is not a golden pocket retest, but this is probably it. Boom. There you go. Yeah. Let's see. What are the lower time frames saying? Could we get that golden pocket retest? Is the 4 hour looking for a green dot? Potentially. Yeah, I would watch the daily. This is looking very similar to Bitcoin. I would look for a potential, I would look for this red dot on the daily, right? You're 16 hours looking for the red dot, 12 hours looking for the red dot. Again, looking almost identical to the rest of everything, right? Does look like some kind of a head and shoulders here, right here with your neckline. Let's go ahead and draw that neckline. Something like that. Yeah, it could be a bearish retest of the neckline before getting that red dot on the daily and getting a potential move to the downside. Now, where would I be looking for a bottom on that move if we do wind up breaking down on that daily red dot? Well, first place I would look is this value area low, which is coming in at about 34 cents. There we go. POC, value area high. I would take all of these levels. So if we do wind up, if this is a head and shoulders and this is a bearish retest of the neckline, and we are, I mean, if we drew it to the wicks here, it's probably a perfect tap. Yeah. If this is a bearish retest of that neckline and we are going to get a bigger breakdown, where could this bring us? Well, let's pull it from the high to the neckline, right? Bring it to the breakout, and it could potentially bring you back down to these range lows. back down to these lows here at about 30 cents. But that's if that head and shoulders plays out in full, and if this is indeed a bearish retest, right? So if we do get that bearish retest, maybe you print that red dot on the daily. First level I would look for some support is 36 cents being your POC. If you break below that, I'd look for a pretty quick move down to your value area low. And to be honest, once you break this POC, you have this massive volume gap bringing you down to essentially the technical target or measured move of that head and shoulders breakdown, right? So this is what I'd be looking at on Cardano. So if we do get that 12 and 16-hour red dot and that daily red dot to give us a move to the downside, first level of support will be 36 cents. If you break that, I'd look for a quick move down to about 34 cents. And then again, if you don't hold that value area low, which I wouldn't really have much hope for because of this massive gap, if you break down below that value area low, you are likely going to revisit this 31 to 30 cent level, revisiting these lows from down here. And again, as far as the indicators go, looking very, very similar to Bitcoin as far as the red dots and stuff. But again, money flow in your 12 hours technically coming to the upside. 4 hour crossed into the green. So, we may not get that breakdown, but really what I'd be watching is the 12 and 16 hour red dots. If those give us a big move down, then it's likely that daily red dot will give us a continued move to the downside. Shout out to Panda Storm, says, need a CandleMafia tattoo. Panda Storm, I'll tell you this. That is one thing I'd be willing to tat on my body. Because it's much more than a YouTube channel. It's much more than a silly, club that we made. The CandleMafia is something really special. It's impacted my life beyond belief. And I would be willing to put that on my body. For sure. That's probably the only tattoo. I'm not really into I don't think I'd look good with tattoos, right? But I would do something like that, or a family member, something like that. It'd have to really mean something to me. And I will say this, the CandleMafia is up there with family to me. Like one of the most impactful things in my life other than family, it's got to be this YouTube channel and the community specifically that we built behind it. Not only has it given me hope in humanity that there are so many good people out there, but it just really is... It's special enough for me to tat on my body. So we are a family. Absolutely. That's what I mean. Let's go. Shout out to Panda Storm. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. There is ADA for you, a little bit of ADA sauce. Let's take a look at Algo. I haven't looked at Algo in a while. Is it still dead? Oh my God, guys. What? Algo. Like, you guys know the meme where you poke something with a stick and it's like, are you okay, dude? Wake up, man. God, Algo is brutal right now. I mean, I'm bullish on Algo. I'm bullish on Algo. It just hasn't had any. It just hasn't had any moves recently. Love the Mafia. Shout out to Crypto Cowboy. Let's get it. But yeah. Let's see. Let's go. You look gangster with tattoos. Maybe I'll get tatted up. But shout out to Boosted Oss. Shout out to you, man. He says, "Hi. Where do you think the bottom for OP will be?" We could take a look at. We could take. Algo is Algon. I need to pull your fib tattoo. Shout out to Jessica. But yeah, let's see. Mafia net tattoo incoming. Let's go. Okay, so yo, Creighton C, you're out of control, bro. We'll take a look at OP in a second. If you guys haven't seen my video on OP, definitely go check that out. I believe that's going to be the video you got to watch, like, and comment on to win this week's giveaway. Speaking of the giveaways, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, 550 to get those that free month in the premium Discord giveaway. Let's get it. But yeah, taking a look at Algo here. I like that Algon. Creighton C says Algo is a weekend at Bernie's of the crypto world. Just like holding him up. Come on, he's good. Fix his glasses. He's good. All right, let's continue on here. Take a look. Let's take a look at the daily, right? Like, God. Daily looking to VWAP flop its way down to another red dot. Not looking great. Taking a look at the 2-day. Red dot on the 3-day. 2-day looking for a potential green dot. But yeah, 3-day printing the red dot. 4-day printing a green dot. Yeah, this thing is just, this thing does not know what it wants to do. Taking a look at the weekly. I wouldn't expect really anything out of Algo until we get this weekly green dot. This is what I'd watch on Algo. In the meantime, if you're looking to accumulate Algo, I don't know if it gets much better than this. Not financial advice. For me, this is, I mean, I don't know, how much lower you're going to go here, right? 10 cents? 10 cents is the next, the next real low here. Some levels I'd be looking at. I mean, where we're sitting at right now at about 15 cents. If we don't bounce here, I'd look for a move down to about 11 cents. If we can't hold that, I'd look for a move down to 10 cents. But essentially, if this thing is going to get a big move up in the bull run, I don't really know how much I'm going to care if I bought here, here, or here. You're essentially just buying the bottom. So I would look for a move up on algo, not until the green dot on the weekly prints. And that is basically what I'd be looking for, guys. 12-hour printing the red dot and a yellow X. Yeah, I nothing really bullish here, to be honest with you guys. Really, I would not look for a move up on algo. I mean, money flow kind of coming up on your 10-hour with a green dot. But I mean, I would not really be looking for anything too extravagant coming out of algo until your weekly green dot prints. And other than that, I'd be watching these macro levels, because if you break down here, remember, you got that 12-hour yellow X. If that breaks you down, I'd be cautious. I'd be very, very, very cautious. Yeah. I would be I'd be careful around algo, right? I mean, I'm accumulating algo. I have a DCA bot set on algo, so I don't want to act like I'm bearish on algo. I am buying algo. But it doesn't look like there's any explosive moves looking to happen anytime soon, at least looking at the charts. So 12-hour yellow X is what I'd look for. I'd watch this for a potential bigger move to the downside. But again, if you're looking for a move up on algo, I'd look for the weekly red dot. Just looking at the higher time frames on this, guys, because this thing has just not gotten any action lately. It's just slowly bleeding out. Let's see. Shout out to Harley. Says, Frankie, can my girl Kimberlyn get a 27th birthday shout out? She will freak if she hears your name on the TV. I'm trying to make her day. Hey, Kimberlyn, please come over to the TV. Frankie Candles is trying to talk to you. Kimberlyn, happy 27th birthday. Fun fact, my 27th birthday was my golden birthday. Having my 27th birthday on April 27th was my golden birthday. Is it your golden birthday too? It's not. Because it's the 30th. You missed it by a little bit. But shout out to Kimberlyn. Happy 27th birthday from your boy, Frankie Candles. And your boyfriend, Harley, or husband, I guess your boyfriend, Harley, is the man. Shout out to you, Kimberlyn. Bing bong. And not only do you get a birthday shout out, well, we throw some money for you. Let's go. Shout out to Kimberlyn. Let's get it. There you go. Did that work, Harley? Let me know. All right, let's continue on. EMA ribbons are flipped, they say. EMA ribbons are flipped on algo, they say. Let's check it. Let's check it. Not that I don't believe you, but let's see it for ourselves. Going to the weekly, I assume, is what he was looking at. Okay, mouse turned off again, guys. Mouse is back. Okay, here we go. EMA ribbon. Yeah, not on the weekly. Not on the daily. Not on the 4-hour. I bet you it is on the 2-hour. Oh, God. Not even on the 1-hour? Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're looking at the market cipher EMA ribbons, but not on the weekly for algo. All right, let's see. When you visited me, and Alfred also fell on the 27th, I think. Yes, my birthday always falls on the 27th because that's my birthday. Golden birthday, as I believe, unless I got this twisted, is when you turn the day, like when your age matches the day. That's really funny that you said that, though, Tony. Shout out to Tony D. Yes, my birthday always falls on the 27th, but my 27th birthday was a bunch of years ago, now that I think about it. Now I feel old. Anyway, shout out to Tony D. Happy birthday, Kimberlyn. Mafia showing love. Who knows what's going to happen this time? Yeah, 100%. Shout out to Deep Sleep ASMR. Bro, I love you so much. Thank you. No problem, Harley. Shout out to Kimberlyn's birthday. But let's go ahead and continue on. Now we're rambling about golden birthdays. Shout out to Kimberlyn. She threw the whole show off track. But guys, let's go ahead and continue on here to AG. Or let's take a look at AGIX. All right, here we go. AGIX. I don't actually hold any AGIX, I don't believe. But let's go ahead and continue on. All right, here we go. Taking a look at AGIX. Green dot on the 8-hour. Let's take a look at the daily real quick. Money flow cruising to the upside on the daily for AGIX. Yeah, okay. So you got a blue triangle here on Market Cipher A. I haven't looked at the default Market Cipher A in a while. This does indicate a potential trend change, right? So right here it would indicate a downtrend, right? Now this it's hard to read. I don't really look at the blue triangles that much, but it does indicate trend change. But I think it may actually be indicating that the trend might flip back to the downside. But shout out to anybody holding AGIX. But yeah, daily looking for the red dot. Very similar to Bitcoin here. A lot of this stuff does look similar to Bitcoin. 16-hour green dot. Yeah, see, this is what I want to be careful of on Bitcoin. Because the 12 and 16-hour green dot, red dots are looking to print. But look what happened on AGIX. Am I triggering anybody yet? I'm doing this on purpose, guys. Maybe everybody calls it AGIX. But you know, I would be careful of these VWAP flips, right? Because you got a red dot and immediate green dot here on the 12-hour with your money flow coming up. I will say AGIX or AGIX. I should say AGIX. Money flow on the 16-hour looking good with that green dot. If we get the crossover, could potentially be good. But you do have the daily red dot looking to print. So a little bit of conflicting information there. Your 12-hour green dot printing as well. Money flow is really what I'm looking for here, guys. And on the 12 and 16-hour, it looks pretty good. It's also cruising in the right direction on the daily for the most part. 8-hour green dot confirmed. I would lean sideways. I would lean sideways. Let's see. It's GIF, not GIF. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Oh God. Okay. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Anyway, taking a look here, guys. You know, in the short term. Yeah, I mean, money flow coming up on the 1 hour somewhat here. Your 90-minute. Yeah, I would lean sideways. I would lean sideways on AGIX. Where's your golden pocket from the bottom here? Let me see. To the top. Yeah, what I would be looking for on AGIX would be, it's hard to say, guys. This one's hard to read. I won't lie. 4 hour looking for the red dot. I would look for this, right? I'd be very cautious with this daily red dot. 16 and 12-hour money flows look beautiful, especially with the green dots printing. So, yeah, I would. Oh, this one's hard, guys. In the short term, I'd look for a small push to the upside, just basing it off of this money flow and green dots on the 12 and 16-hour. However, I would be very careful because that daily could roll over on you. But I will give you the levels. I will give you the levels because this is honestly a bit hard to read. Let's go ahead and pull and see where our local golden pockets are from the high to the low. Yeah, 786 retest here. Yeah, I would be careful. I would be careful. If you get a move to the upside, I would watch this level for resistance, right? This golden pocket. I'd watch that golden pocket. I'll make this purple for resistance. Shorts, right? So I would watch this as a, actually, I would look between the golden pocket and the 786 because this is really where your shelf of volume begins, right? So we got to move up on this money flow because this money flow looks bullish, guys. This money flow definitely looks bullish. On the 12 and 16 hour, the only thing that's working against you here is, you know, that daily VWAP coming down. But if this money flow crossover and green dot winds up giving you a big move, what I would look for, what's the 45-minute money flow look like? Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see the money flow on the 1 hour, the 90-minute shape up. Money flow in the lower time frames doesn't look as good, right? So, yeah. If this money flow crossover on the 15-minute happens, I'd look for a move to the downside. So I will say that. 12 and 16 hour look bullish, but the lower time frames are not confluent with that, right? Not in agreement. So I would be very, very, very careful for that move to the upside. I actually probably favor a move to the downside in the short term. But if you do get that move up, I would look for heavy resistance in this purple box. But again, I'd rather give you moves, levels to the downside with the way that the lower time frames look, right? Looking for that red dot on your 3 hour and your 4 hour with money flow coming out on the lower time frames. I'm going to go ahead and pull this little local range here. Turn off Market Cipher A to clear things up. Turn off the VPVR. And just turn off that Market Cipher A. There we go. So coming down to lower time frames, if we get, honestly, when you print that red dot on the 4-hour, I would think, right, in my humble opinion, I would look for a move back down to this range low at about 30 cents, right? So this will be your number one level of support to be looking at. I'm going to pull this golden pocket as well to see if we can get any confluence there with the value area low. Yeah. So let me relabel this. Boom. So this is what I would look for, right? If that 4-hour red dot gives you a move down, I would look for support on this blue box, right? So yeah, if you lose the POC, I'd look for a move down to about 30 cents. If you lose that value area low, I'd look for a potential revisit of the golden pocket coming in at 29 cents with a potential drawdown all the way to the 786 coming in at about 28 cents. So yeah, these are the levels I would watch. If you guys want to screenshot these, feel free. But yeah, this one's a little hard to read. I would favor a move down in the short term. But I would also watch your bullish case does lie on that 12 and 16-hour money flow. This is about as good as money flow looks. So, yeah, that is looking pretty good in my opinion. But again, favoring that move down in the short term, I would wait for that 4-hour to print, potentially give you that push down to the bottom of the range where I would be looking for long positions and then maybe that money flow and green dots on the 16 and 12-hour play out. That's where I'd be looking for longs down here, and then the 12 and 16-hour may give you that ride back up to the top of the range and beyond. So, guys, I think that's all the time we got for today's live stream. Let's go ahead and see. We got 458 people still in here, 400 and something likes. Let me pull up these likes, guys. 444 likes, guys. We need 100 more likes to get that 550. I'm sad losing my face on Bencoin. Hey, Rapunzel, shout out to Rapunzel. Everybody gets wrecked sometimes. I get wrecked as well. I'm very open about when I get wrecked. I got wrecked on Solana. I DCA'd into Solana a month before before it went to zero, right? So I get wrecked too. And then I degenerately bought 3x leverage tokens on it. Hey, shout out to Clinton Query. I heard Ben talking about you, Clinton, this morning, and I was like, hey, man, I haven't seen Clinton in a while. Shout out to Clinton Query. Thanks for being here, bro. Good to see you, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, I'll come down there and pay you, or I will come down there and pay if you get the candle tattoo. I'll get the Ben logo tattoo. Clinton Query, always mustering up a deal. I like it, bro. Maybe we'll make a bet. Like, we would have to hit something crazy, right? Like, I want to say 100K, but the bull market's likely going to get out of control with subs, and we could potentially hit that very quickly. We'll see. Clinton, I'm keeping that in mind, bro. I'm keeping that in mind. Wrecked, not wrecked. Shout out to Dave Digital. But yeah, shout out to Clinton Query. If I do get the CandleMafia logo ever tattooed on me, I will say this. I'll get it with you getting that Ben tattoo. Let's go. I'll get Ben tattooed on me, not Ben Coin. I'll get Ben's face tattooed on me. Like, that nothing needs to happen. I'll just do that tonight. I'm just kidding, guys. But shout out. Hey, we got 10 new members. Shout out to Creighton C for gifting those. Shout out to Clinton Query. Thank you for that super chat. And with all that being said, guys, getting used to these new buttons. I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. We do have to go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure, though. We got almost 550 likes, guys. Oh, God, we're so close. If we get 550 likes before we finish spinning the wheel, I will add the premium free month to the premium Discord on Friday's giveaways. I don't know why I can't talk. But here we go, guys. Here we go. Got to go ahead and share that screen one more time. Bada bing, bada boom. Shout out to Clinton Query. Let's go, baby. Let's see. Won't be any exchanges left for the bull market. Yeah, potentially. Let's hope that's not the case. But yeah, let's see. I lost 5K 2 weeks ago. It happens. Get in Discord and maybe win a premium membership. Free setups. Let's go. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's get it, brother. Bing bong. Frankie, tats on your calves. Yeah, Mafia. Yeah, we might hit 550. If we hit 550, it'll be the first time we hit a like goal in a long, long time. We are officially in the boring part of the bear market, guys. No giveaways in 2 weeks. Yeah, shout out to Jessica. Oh, wait, hang on. Boosted Us super chatted. I missed it. Luckily, I can look back at them, brother. So let me go ahead and take a look. Let's see. Oh yeah, Crane C gifted 10 memberships. Now I see it. Shout out to Crane C. Let's go. Boosted Oz said, hi, where do you think the bottom for OP will be? Oh, wait, I did read that. I will check that after we spin the wheel, brother. I will not leave you hanging. But we got 485 likes, 550 before we're done spinning the wheel. I'll add the free premium memberships. But let's go. Let's see. Are we showing the screen? There we go. Spin numero uno. Spin numero. Guys, today's show is brought to you by Fiat. And not Fiat the car company, Fiat currency. The garbagest of all garbage fiat currencies in general. Give them a giveaway, baby. Let's go. Also sponsored by Babies and whatever this is. I'm just kidding, guys, but we really are sponsored by Market Cypher. Shout out to Market Cypher. I mean, guys, you guys see me use Market Cypher every single day. It's I was actually talking to someone in the office about this today. It's like in the main part of my analysis. I use Market Cypher every single day. I've been using it for years before I ever even had a YouTube channel. So I don't want anyone thinking that like we're sponsored by Market Cypher and that's why I use it. That is not the case. I used Market Cypher years before I ever even had a YouTube channel. It's actually just more full circle for me to be sponsored by Market Cypher and actually know Crypto Face personally. But yeah, guys, you see it's a big part of our analysis. And, I feel like I don't even really have to promote it because if you guys watch the channel, you'll know how important it is to our TA and how accurate it could be. Shout out to the money flow. The money flow. Hashtag money flow never lies. Bing bong. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, here we go. I think, was that? Oh, no. What did I just do? I just clicked a button. H? What does that mean? I don't know what that meant. Well, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 giveaways out of 6. What are the likes at? I bet you they're not at 550. But if they're not at 550, they're 496, 500. So close. I'll give you guys one spin because, we have not. The spins have been a little off because our schedule since Miami has been a little bit off. But now we're back to our regular schedule every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Give them another giveaway. Let's go. Shout out to the Mafia. Oh, hide choice. Oh, I hid that. Interesting. How do we unhide it? Well, anyway, 2, 3, 4, 5 giveaways out of 7. Not too bad. Not even bad for a trading strategy. But, guys, with all that being said, I see bull divs only on that indicator. No other ones. Shout out to Steven Atwell. YouTube won't let me like any more than once. Dang it. Shout out to Crypto Maxi. Yeah, we're actually going to contact YouTube and see if we can allow multiple likes because it is... it is a scam that they only let you do it once. Frankie, another great stream. Thank y'all for the love. Made my night. Thanks. Yeah, shout out to Harley and shout out to Kimberlyn. Happy 27th birthday from Frankie Candles. We love you. The Mafia loves you as well. You got love in your heart. Smash it for Frankie. You still got time. But yeah, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for sticking around for the full 2 hours of TA. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the best. Dave Digital with a last-minute super chat. 420. Shout out to Dave Digital. Says, Ben's face on your left behind cheek, and I'll pay. Low-key, I feel like tatting anything on your behind cheek is good because no one sees it. Like, I would get probably anything tatted there because no one will ever see it. I feel like it also wouldn't really hurt that bad. Shout out to Dave Digital. Well, hey, you and Clinton Query might have to take a trip down to Atlanta, and we might have to get some tattoos together. But with all that being said, Dave Digital, you're the man. Thank you so much for being in here all the time. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. And again, sticking around for 2 full hours of TA, guys. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you tomorrow, same place. And guys, we are back to the regular schedule. May and April are usually a mess for me. I'm usually in the air on planes more than I'm on the ground. Everyone gets married in April and May. I had weddings to go to. We got Bitcoin Miami. We're going here. We're going there. My sister just had a baby. Did I announce that officially, guys? I am officially an uncle, guys. I am officially Funkle Frankie Candles. Shout out to my new nephew, Jack. Cute little squishy nugget. But yeah, guys, officially an uncle. I don't think I ever told you guys that, but you guys knew it was coming. Shout out to my sister. Super cool. Never thought I feel like a super old man. I'm now an uncle. But anyway, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Like I said, back to the regular schedule. I will see you all tomorrow. Well, I'll probably see you in a market update tomorrow, but I'll see you all tomorrow. Same place, same time. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. That's all I got. I'll see you guys next time. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
It's not gonna be like a whole. It's not gonna be. It's gonna be under my pants. No one's gonna see it. Plus, it's Ben's face. It's not that big of a deal. It's like I'm friends with him. It's like friends get their friends tatted on them. Like maybe it's in a peculiar spot, but Dave Digital makes a really good point. Like no one's gonna see it. No one's gonna see it. Okay. No need to get violent. Remember last time this happened? Come on. No need. Oh! Yeah, guys, no domestic violence going on here. I am not beaten by Mrs. Candles. I swear. She did look like she swung on me, but she didn't, guys. She did not swing on me. Please don't call the cops on her. She's a very nice lady. She was a little upset about the tattoo idea. Shout out to Dave Digital. But hey, I mean, that's stuff you go on the internet. Remember, Mrs. Candles is always watching, guys. You guys got me in trouble. Oh, God. Shout out to Dave Digital. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bing bong.